So let's talk about the self concept. And I believe it is defined in this one particular scripture, which says, "As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he." Your self concept is all about your internal thoughts, what also is called your mental diet. This particular teaching or understanding was brought out by Neville Goddard, someone I consider to be like my spiritual mentor. I read a lot of his lectures, books, probably read it on a daily because it helps me remind me how I should view myself as well as how I should see others, because I can only see others that which I first see in myself and what that is true for me as well as for you. And so I just think it's really important that we, just make sure that we can boldly say what it is that we want to experience without hesitation, without apprehension. Just be bold in our statements of that, I am the epitome of health, wealth, security, freedom, have loving and symbiotic relationships, that everything that I desire, everything I want must show itself in my experience. And I don't go around looking for signs. I know that seems to be a big thing in what we call the spiritual community, those who have awakened to this knowledge of self, is that we want to look for signs. But as the Bible explicitly tells us that signs follow, they do not proceed. It is, you will know them by their fruit. Who you are, what you believe will show up in your world, but it only shows up because you believe it to be true, because you first accept it as a reality. And so our job in this understanding, in this growing to know thyself, is to become more aware of the correlation between thoughts and things. Thoughts and feelings really do turn into the people we see every day, the situations that occur in our life. It all stems from the fact of who we say that we are, our concept of self. And so let's break it down to a practicality, right? Like, if we believe that, people are dishonest, that people are always trying to get over on us, what do we expect that we will see in our lives, right? We will have someone come into our life, and it will be someone we least expect, the one we think shouldn't play this role, right? We'll say, I expect this from a stranger, but from my family or my friend or my loved one or my significant other, I would never expect it from them. Well, guess what? You believed that people should be dishonest, disloyal to you. And the problem is, or not the problem, but the point of this matter is, you don't get to decide who plays the role. You don't get to decide how it shows up. You have just set a law in action and said that I believe to this to be true because I have experienced it firsthand, or I've been told by others this is what you should expect from somebody you don't know. You should go in being distrustful. You should go in believing that they're dishonest, that they're, that some people just cannot be trusted, that some people just are, that's just who they are. They're just liars. They're just cheaters. They steal, So, and you have very deep convictions about this belief that you hold, this law that you have created for yourself that you truly don't want to live by. You truly don't want to live by that law. But because you have this deep conviction about how you see the world, then for some reason we're all surprised that these things occur or that we experience them in our lives. And then we want to fuss, kick, and scream like, how dare you lie to me? How dare you cheat on me? How dare you steal from me? How dare you whatever? But it first started with you because that was the law you created. That's how it happens. We believe a thing to be true, and then we experience it. We accepted that reality. And so that had to show itself up in our world. And a lot of times it's not even because you personally experience it. It's because you're going by what somebody else has told you. You're going by, well, my mama always said, or my grandmother told me, or my father was a wise man, said, don't trust anyone. Don't, get them before they get you. That's that old deceptive attitude that you really don't want to have in this life that is supposed to be about loving, peace, joy, compassion, understanding, that it's all about synchronicity, it's all about receptivity, and you get to determine those things by how you view life. So when we talk about self-concept, you have to change when you say self-concept, it's about how you see yourself and how you see your world and what you want to attract into your life. And so what I've done and what I do on a daily basis is that I awake reminding myself of how wonderful I am, of how beautiful I am, and that everywhere I go, I see nothing but engaging, delightful, happy, smiling people, and that I'm drawing into myself people that are like me, because I am wonderful, I am kind, I am understanding, I am giving, I am respectful, I am compassionate, I am inspirational, and so I expect to see that in my world, because that is what I am broadcasting to everyone that comes into my experience, that I am being the light of experience. I am the light of the world, and this light that's set on the hill shall not be hid. And I will draw people into me that say, oh my goodness, why are you so happy? Oh my goodness, you're such a caring, loving, beautiful individual. Oh my goodness, the way you share this information is so palatable to me. I can understand it. It's so easy to comprehend, that the words that you say and the eloquence of your words is just so dynamic, so inspirational, so aspirational. That's how I see myself, and I continually remind myself of this. And this is what we all should be doing. We should all be seeing the best in ourselves, so we can then see the best in the world, and we will see the best in others. Because remember, there is no other. Everyone is a figment of your imagination. You imagine this world, this life, the people, the experiences into being. You drew them unto you. That reminds me of another scripture. No man manifestation can come unto me unless the Father, which is my consciousness, my higher self, draws them into me. All of everything I experience is because of me. And see, I have taken full responsibility and accountability of that. And that's what we all must do. No longer playing the victim, no longer passing the buck, coming to recognize that I am the consciousness that created all of this, that I understand who I am, the power that I am, and I have the power to transform my life, which then transforms my world and then permeates throughout every interaction I have. And that is a daily, moment-to-moment thing that you must do. And I know sometimes, we can appear, those who are sharing this knowledge, to seem like we're preaching or talking at you, but no, I have truly taken this on as a part of my life. This is who I am. This is, this is applicable to my well-being. I understand that my thoughts, my feelings truly do lead to how I will experience this life. And one thing I have truly allowed myself to consume and understand is that I am not to despise the day of small beginnings. Everything starts off small and then becomes something great, something wonderful, as long as you can continue and to believe in the greatness of the idea, the greatness of whatever it is that we may desire. And so, yes, when you start off with something, it may not, from the physical standpoint, from the five senses, from the reasoning mind, seem to be growing, but do not be, don't be discouraged by what you see. Be encouraged by what you believe, because when you believe it, and you believe it strongly and consistently and persistently, it must come to pass. It must show up in your life. You have to walk as though it is a finished thing, because creation is done. Creation is finished. Manifestation is about the unveiling of that which already exists. It's not about creating something that does not exist. It's about you becoming aware of that which already is. Just be aware of that which already is. allow it to take form and take shape. Enjoy how it's becoming. Enjoy, every little moment, every little progress. Enjoy it, and just, revel in the fact that that yes, this thing is happening. And you're not really looking for signs. Again, I told you, the signs, they proceed. They do not follow. I know many people are like, well, universe, show me this. Universe, show me that. Universe can't show you anything that you can't already see. Because you are the universe. You are the consciousness bringing everything into your experience. And the fact that you're asking for signs means that you don't really believe that it's true. So, if you believed it was true, you wouldn't need a sign. It's just as simple as that. When you know something is a definite possibility, when you know something is definitely going to happen, do you really need a sign or proof that it's going to happen, or that it has happened, that you already have it? No. So, self-concept. Truly believe and walk in the being that you are, and say it with confidence. And at first it seems strange, right? Because we have been told to think lowly of ourselves, to humble ourselves, to not be too bold, not to be too bold, not to be too proud. No, we are never to think that we're better than another, because we are the other. There is no you and me. It is you are me. So in that sense, yes, we put everything in perspective. We see that if I can see the greatness in someone else, it's because I first saw it in me. If I can see the love and joy in someone else, that's because I first see it in me. That my world, being a magnified mirror of my consciousness, of my inner beliefs, of those things that I am aware of, then how can I not celebrate those things? Because I identify with them, because I recognize them. I am aware of it. I'm aware, like, man, if they can achieve their dreams and be successful, what's holding me back other than me believing that I can't do it? That's the only thing that would keep me from experiencing the dreams, the desires, the wants, the needs, whatever it is, whatever you want to label it. That's what keeps me from getting it, because my self-concept about myself. If I say that life is hard, it's a challenge, it's a sacrifice, it's a struggle, that's a lie I'm creating for myself that I really don't want to experience. So why not say that life is enjoyable, life is fun, life is just keeps showing me how better and better it can get, and that I will continue to always believe in the best I know. I will always continue to look from the eyes of a pure consciousness, of saying that to them that are pure, all things are pure. To have eyes so pure I can't behold iniquity, that I can never see the wrongness in anyone else, because that which I see in others that I do not like is because I'm seeing that which I don't like about myself. Because my world is a magnified mirror. My self-concept of myself, I will always experience, whether it be good, bad, or indifferent. And that's true for all of us. And the key is to recognize it, really take time to do a self-assessment of our thoughts, of our fears, of our doubts, of our beliefs. And ain't none of it wrong. A lot of these doubts, fears, and indecisiveness we got from others, and we accept it as a truth. And so now we have to go and unlearn some things. And we don't deny that which we have accepted. We just cultivate that which now we want to believe. I just put my focus and attention on the things I do want, and the stuff I don't want, well, they'll slowly dissipate because I'm not giving it attention anymore. Because attention is a step of life. So I'm giving my attention to my new self-concept of myself, that I am successful, that I am wealthy, that I am healthy, that I do have loving relationships, they're symbiotic, they're give and take, that are receptive to all the good that I could possibly ever experience in my life. And it just keeps getting better and better. And the more you say it, the more you allow yourself to see it and feel it inwardly, it will express itself outwardly. That is law. It's as within, so without. Whatever you've seen out there, you first saw it within here. Whatever I see within here, I will definitely see it out there. Now, the change may be slow out there because physical reality has to catch up to the inner beliefs and inner thoughts that I have decided to see myself as, that self-concept that I have changed. I have decided that, no, life is truly joyful. Life truly is wonderful. You know, anything I touch turns to gold. Everything I do, it multiplies. It is magnified. It is wonderful. It is amazing. It is delightful. I just love who I am. I love who I've become. I love knowing that I am all powerful, all knowing. I have dominion and power over all things in my life. And that can permeate around to others that are drawn into my experience. So let's work on our self-concept, y'all. Let's believe in who we are and know that the power that's within us, that sustains this whole world, that sustains this universe, that created all the galaxies, all those things seen and not seen, is that same power that worketh within us and is able to bring all our desires to pass, able to show us that which already exists, that wealth already exists for us, health already exists for us. Everything that we could ever think of, desire, already exists. Just have to become aware of it, allow it to materialize. And guess what? You don't have to do anything about it. You don't have to make it happen. It will naturally occur. It will so naturally occur. You thought it would have happened anyway. And sometimes we forget that we were the cause because it happened so naturally. That's just how this thing works. It happens so naturally. And you people look out and say, well, you did this and you did that, and I saw you do this, and it's because you know this person, it's because you ran into that person, it's because you have this skill set. They'll try to give you all kind of reasons as to why then you desire to materialize. But you'll know as long as you know that it all happened because it first started with a belief. It always started because you believed that it was a possibility. And that's all it takes. All it takes is possibility. And then, as Neville Goddard tells us, a bridge of incidents will happen. People will be out of compulsion or compelled to do a thing for you to bring your desire to pass. And they won't even know why they're doing it. You'll know why they're doing it, but they won't know. They'll think they suggested it. They'll think they came up with it all on their own. They'll say, well, I felt like doing this. It was laid on my heart. I just had an inkling. This thing, they'll come up with their reasons, but you'll know that you were the cause, because you are the cause for all the manifestations, experiences, situations, events, people, places, ideas, that you are the cause. And so you don't even have to worry about no inspirational thought, some motivated action. It will be done out of compulsory, because you can only act from the awareness of your being. So once you become the person you say that you are, your world will naturally show you. You will naturally do those things that you are, because that's who you are, and you can't act any differently. You can't behave differently than that which you are. So when you're seeing stuff opposite of the desire that you have claimed for yourself, it's because you're still giving truth and faith to external things. You're not allowing the physical to catch up with the internal belief, that inner work you've done. And that's what you need to do. You need to believe in the inner man, the inner thoughts, and be persistent in that, and allow the world of physicality to show up. And so, this stuff has to be reiterated. I know we try to say it in 5-minute snippets, 10-minute snippets, 20-minute snippets, 30-minute snippets. This is a continual feast upon the reality that you want to experience. You have to do this daily. And so I will continue to do and reiterate and tell you guys what I have learned, what has worked for me, and how I have built up my mindset, because it is a daily, moment-to-moment practice. And so just get in the mood of, yes, I see it, I believe it, I see it within myself. I see it physically. I not have proof of it, but I believe that what I see within my mind, what I have imagined, I will become, and I continue to imagine the good. I continue to imagine the best that I know. So yes, let's work on our self-concept. Just do it every moment that you think about it. If you're thinking something negative or something the unwanted that you don't want to experience, change it. Stop it right then and there. Stop it in its tracks and say, oh no, that's how I used to think. But no, I think the best is yet to come. I see the best always happening. I see that all things always work out for me. I am good. I am worthy. I am deserving. I am successful. I draw good and respectful and honest people, because that's who I am. So yes, Just continue to do that, and I will continue to be your spiritual cheerleader, continue to uplift you, encourage you, and just give you that extra oomph that you need to remember that you are the consciousness that created all of this. And once you accept that you are that power, that you are the cause, you will begin to see a change in your world, because you change your mind, you change your world. Now, start today, start in this moment. As soon as you get done watching this video, go ahead, start proclaiming, professing, acknowledging, affirming the truth of your being, that you are healthy, you are wealthy, you are successful, you are prosperous, you are compassionate, you are loving, you are joyful, you give praise, you only hear good things, you only see good things, you only speak good things all the days of your life, and make it glorious. And with that being said, beloved, I pray above all things that you prosper and be in good health, even as your soul prospers. Until next time, make today great.